Hello to all my wonderful new followers. This is Caleb Schmicker with May I Have a Word, and today I'm going to add my first video book review for The Book and the Barn by Melinda Johnson, published from Ancient Faith Publishing. And so I got this book because I know Melinda, and I offered to do a review, and she was pretty excited to have a video review on be one of my first videos for this channel. So if you remember Shepherding Sam, we're talking about the same characters, same setting. So it's the monastery, Sam and his corgi Saucer, the animals in the barns, the nuns in the monastery, and all of that from Shepherding Sam. Where this book really steps it up is that not only is it longer than Shepherding Sam, but it's also more of like a real book. Like, it's got long chapters, it's got more complicated vocabulary, it's got more characters that are more fully developed than Shepherding Sam, and I think that's really a strength of the story. Shepherding Sam is sweet. I love it. I think it's one of my, as a children's book, it's fantastic. But it reads like a children's book. It reads very simply. It reads very quickly, and it's kind of a picture book without the pictures. Shepherding, or Book in the Barn, or The Barn in the Book. Sorry, The Barn in the Book. I probably did that wrong in the Amazon review too. Sorry, Melinda. It's more of a young adult novel. Definitely recommend for kids over 6, and 7 and 8-year-olds will love being able to read this by themselves. So a couple things that I think that this book really brings to the front that I think are worth noting are one, more fully developed characters, and two, a very relatable story about the love of God and our relationship to the world that he's created. So Sam hears a story about how the animals can talk at midnight on Christmas Eve, and he knows his family is going to be at the monastery for Christmas Eve service, and that they're going to be staying the night. So he's worked out a plan to stay up and hear the animals speak. He really wants to know what Saucer's thinking. He wants to be able to talk to Saucer like a friend and have him talk back. And that's kind of the undercurrent of this book. And along with that desire to hear the animals speak, you have a new character in Sister Anna, who's a new nun in the monastery, very insecure, unsure of herself as a leader, unsure of herself as a teacher. And both she and Sam parallel each other, trying to understand God's calling for them and understand their relationship to God and to the monastery and to the world and to other people. Sam still feels very much like an outcast. Sam still has his doubts, still has his fears and concerns. And those are mirrored in the more adult Sister Anna. And I was talking to Melinda about this actually while I was reading the book, just how real the character feels. She has her insecurities that she's trying to understand herself and her role, and she sets a test for God, and has a very grown-up lesson with the abbess about setting a test for God. But this is a book for children, and so the grown-up lesson is mirrored again a couple of different times for the children at their various stages of maturity, their different ages, and their personalities. And I think that's one of the real charms of this book, is that it takes very real, grown-up, real-life problems and concerns and presents them to different people in a different format. Each person receives a very similar lesson about the love of God and the relationship to each other, but each person's lesson is given to them in a language that they best understand, which is really the strength of children's books, is that people receive a lesson in a language that they can understand. And I think that's really where this book shines. So add this to your Christmas list. So if you're the type of family like us and you read books over Christmas time through the Nativity Fast, this is a really good one. It's not long. It's very quick. It's very easy read, and the temptation will be to read it really fast. But really enjoy it. Drag it out. Let it happen over time. Let it build to Christmas Eve. Really take this in. So for us, this definitely gets added to the list right alongside Greatest Christmas Pageant Ever and 24 Days of Christmas, the Madeleine L'Engle story. It's in that level. So I will say, though, where Best Christmas Pageant Ever makes me weep every year, the same 3 sentences always make me cry. Not so much, but that's okay. Not every Christmas story needs to tug at every emotion the same way. This is a really genuine, charming, sweet story. Highly recommend it. Find it on the Ancient Faith website. Buy it from Ancient Faith before you buy it from Amazon. You don't need to make Jeff Bezos any richer. When you get it, make sure you leave Melinda a good review, because it's really a fantastic book. And we need to see more books like this from Orthodox publishers. So, till the next review, this is Caleb Shoemaker from May I Have a Word?